Hey you guys, it's Karen with Love Your Land, and today I wanted to make myself and my family this rose centerpiece arrangement that I'm literally copying Laura at Garden Answer. She inspired me, and so I figured why not just take you on the ride with me here to see if it's actually as easy as she makes everything look, or if she's an actual wizard. I'm leaning towards wizard. That's what she seems like to me. I think you're crooked, but we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need is some type of bowl to make this kind of arrangement. So I got this one. If you can see, it's 9 inches across in diameter. There we go. And it's probably 5 inches deep. But you do want something with fairly straight walls rather than something more fluting, because then everything's gonna lay flat. This is, you're not using I don't have one handy, but you're not using a vertical vase like you would normally do. So this is a little bit different. So we have, again, I'm literally copying her arrangement, but I've never done it before. So I have no idea if mine's gonna look like hers, or if we're gonna find out that in fact she is a wizard, because I think that's what it is. So we're gonna start, I'm just gonna get this in here now, the flower preservative stuff. So we get that dissolving. And I have water here. And I'm gonna stop about halfway up. She didn't say to do that, but I think I'm gonna stop halfway up and then see if I need to add more later. So what I got was, I got a dozen roses from my grocery store. These are sort of a pale yellow, they're very beautiful. They were $12, pretty reasonable. If you just buy the flowers, not as an arrangement at your grocery store, they're pretty affordable. And then the Alstroemeria, which is also what she used in hers. My bundles, I have 2 bundles, and they were $5 each. And these are called Orange Queen. So we're gonna start with Alstroemeria because that's what she did. And I wanna see if I can do it, because it was just so beautiful and so effortless looking. I kinda need to find out. I guess I could have taken these rubber bands off before I pressed record, but that's all right. Okay. So we're gonna start with this guy. Oh, of course I forgot clippers. These are pruning. Not pruning. Yep, that works. These are for deadheading. That's, I think, what they're designed for. Can you see that? Sort of. You get the idea. So we're just gonna come through here and we're gonna take off bottom leaves, because we don't want them to be sitting in the water. We're gonna cut these kind of short. So if I want these to go around, we're gonna start right about, I can always cut more off. It's just like cutting hair. You can always cut more off. You can't put it back. So we're gonna start with that and see how we do. I think that's good. That might actually be a little short because it's not poking into the side. So I'll just make a note of that as we go forward here. So you don't want leaves in the water ever. And let's see, we're gonna go more like that. That's probably too long, but we're gonna just, yeah, that's gonna fall out. So it needs to be a little shorter. Get that leaf out of the water. We're just gonna keep going around and kind of get the Alstroemeria in there first. What am I doing? And I'm just kind of crossing them over. So we're gonna use this one to go around, and then we're gonna start with the roses, and then we're gonna kind of fill in with more Alstroemeria. So that's kind of what it looked like she did. Again, I don't know. I've never done this. I swear, I think she knows how to do everything. Everything she does looks just effortless. Let's turn those around like that. You are still too long, my friend. Yeah, that's a little too long. One thing that's not super important when you're doing this layer anyway is cutting your stems at an angle. That is the one thing I know about flower arranging, because many lifetimes ago when I was an executive assistant, excuse me, for years, one of my more important jobs was to make sure we had a fresh flower arrangement in our little lobby area every single week. So I was in charge of that, among other things. But I know that you want to cut at an angle if you're using a vertical vase, because you don't want, and when you get the flowers, you want to make a fresh cut, but you want to cut at an angle so they don't sit flat like that at the bottom of your vase and they're not able to take up very much water. That's the one thing I know. But that angle thing is not that important with this because these are all on their side. Once we get in the middle, it might be a little more important. It's just by habit I'm doing that. Okay. So, get you out of my way. I'm gonna do one more here. Just feels like I need 7 or 6. Sorry, no, that's 6. Nope, that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you can fiddle around with them when you're done too. So I know people use those, I think they're called frogs, that to do arrangements, and you kind of stick them in there and they stay where you want them. But this kind of is creating that same thing. It's just like a little grid down there. So I'll put you right here. By the way, this vase took me longer to find this vase than it will to take me to do this arrangement. I wanted something like Laura had, couldn't find it. I went on Amazon like 4 times and spent like an hour each time trying to find one, couldn't find it. Went to 5 stores, couldn't find one. I mean, not even anything close to a glass serving bowl. This is a serving bowl, it's not a vase, so maybe don't look for that. But I finally did a super deep dive on Amazon and I found this. You don't have to go this fancy. It's called Marquee by Waterford. It's this, what's in this box? What was in this box, I should say. I just wanted something, this one's still too long. I really wanted something like a little bit fancy that would be something I would keep forever. And just sort of a treat to myself. But you don't have to spend that much money on the vase, the bowl. If you just go to Amazon and put in, clear glass serving bowl, they'll come up, maybe $20 or something like that. So again, we're gonna remove the leaves. I'm also gonna remove any petals that don't look too good because that's what Laura did. Now, one thing Laura did that I'm not gonna do, I think it's beautiful what happened, but she takes the roses in her video and she goes like this, and twists them, or twirls them really fast, and it kind of opens the blooms up a little bit. Well, we'll try it with one. Lost a bloom. See, that's what I was afraid of. I'm just gonna let these open on their own. I think that I'm gonna get a longer shelf life if I do that. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna let them be. Now I'm just gonna start putting these around in between the Alstroemeria. And we'll see where we end up. That's a little one. So some of these are kind of small. They didn't have a great rose collection today, or selection, I should say. That's a little small. I may move him around because I kind of cut it too short. They always have the Alstroemeria buckets in the same spot at my store. Every time, for as long as I've gone there. Today, they were gone. It was a giant, what do you call it? What's it called? St. Patrick's Day. Apparently there's like a big demand for St. Patrick's Day arrangements. Who knew? So I had to ask, and the guy was like, oh, they're still here. It's just behind, sort of like behind the whole table. And there was only one bucket. So my choices were limited. That's why I went with this color palette, because the other ones were like raspberry or something. And they were pretty, of course, but I didn't want that. I want something a little more subtle. Uh-oh. If I could ever shoot a video, it's not like I can redo this, you know what I mean? So, okay, actually we're gonna stop here because I haven't going all the way around. So now I'm gonna go back to these guys. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, I'm sure they're under here. They're buried under all of that. I'm gonna start with a little more Alstroemeria and build and build and build. We'll be done here in just a minute. If I could open this. How many stems do I have? 6. So, I apologize for them. Now, I don't know if I want these longer or shorter. I think shorter, yep. Okay, so go like that. Put that on top of them. I'm gonna have to learn how to edit in general, but no, I'm gonna have to learn how to edit them out somehow. Let's see, what did I do there? So we'll put this guy right here. And one more, let's say right here. Okay, and then we'll save these stems for in a minute. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna do some more roses. And we're almost done, and this is gonna be so beautiful. Whoops. Okay. We want you shorter now. So I guess the idea is, I didn't really pick this up when, I'm sure she was saying it, but I didn't really pick it up from Laura's video, is it, as you get towards the middle, you're gonna have shorter. You're gonna cut the roses shorter. What do I have left? 4, okay, I think that's gonna work out really nicely. If I could pick these things up. I think that's too long, right? Nope. Who's doing this? Oh, that's not in there. What happened to you? Let's try that again, mister. There we go. All right, and we have 2 more of those, so now I'm going to fill in yeah, well, I'll fiddle around with it. Whoa, I've picked up the wrong thing. This will probably work just fine. Yep. Wait, that's easier. All right. I only have 1 rose left, so I definitely will be sort of tweaking this a little bit when I'm all done, just to make sure it's exactly how I want it. In the meantime, oh, this is gonna be so beautiful. Oh, I have 3 left, perfect. But that is too long. You know what would be smart is if I used it as a template. We'll just cut all 3 like that. Okay. Now we're gonna put these guys sort of in the middle. One rose left. How does this even look? Let's clean all this up. Okay, you couldn't even see what I was doing. There's just so much foliage everywhere. Also, I found another rose, so that's cool. That's cool. So where do I want you, first of all? Oh, isn't that lovely? Okay, and then this guy, we'll just put right there. I'm not sure if you can see just how gorgeous this is, but it is. And it turns out Laura is a wizard. Oops, I'm looking the wrong way. Laura is a wizard, but so am I. Okay, so you should make one of these and find out if you too are a wizard, because that is absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I love it. And I can't believe I made it. I may still fiddle with it a little bit off camera, but for first shot, first try, first ever making an arrangement like this, I'm pretty pleased. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.